to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, no, me not. The mind to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me.
T-Dirt, making his motherfucking long-awaited return. What y'all doing, man? Yeah. Everybody out there, man. All my fans. You know. It is what it is, man. They tried to take my soul. They couldn't hold a brother down, man. I don't know how bad I'm about to get beat by the day, but, you know, hey. Like I said. What's taking me so long? God, dog. Oh, man, I think my thing. Dang, I got the wrong connection. I got to have the wire. Okay, cool. We in here. We in here. I got the ball first too? They trying to play my emotion. They trying to play my emotion.
And off we go from Las Vegas.
Ooh.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
What we got going on? How they tied already? Hey, man, trying to come with this real realistic. They tied from the season. Should be tired of losing. They should be tired of losing. What's taking so long? Leaving stadium, that's a technical difficulty.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
Okay. Okay, Derek.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Tannehill's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he's got this down to the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
That boy playing with Diallo in the middle, heavy.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get it going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
See, that's why he should have been out for COVID. He tried to play. I told you to sit out.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
Why he don't want to have a hot route?
Here's Tannehill.
Nah, fuck that.
Dancing to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he's got some space
Get out of there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Quite
the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. caught
What
left
the hell was
side,
that?
Williams. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He was unable to
What the
shake
hell
free
was that
there.
from
They'll
here?
cover him for a loss
Can't
of
get
a
jiggy with
yard.
that, but they was sticking. They was killing Julio over there.
On second down, here's Henry.
Get out of there.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Maybe gonna play that.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Yeah, Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
That's all right. Move ball pretty good.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
I think you're really mad right there. Let's start doing stuff again.
Now Carr.
Give me that. Oh, man.
To the 33. Good enough for a first
Take
down.
that.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case,
Take that.
You'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel like the city of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there.
That's my fault. Fuck, trying to get Henry Ruggs. Damn. Good play.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Nah, okay. I can't play cover 2. I got to
Right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
All day long.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
2nd down and 3.
Back to throw, Tannehill.
That's pass interference.
For Jones, and it's intercepted.
Fuck.
Picked off
That's my fault. You got to step behind him.
and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the
feel like that,
45-yard line.
I do used to do. Everybody playing zone.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
What?
And that's
Oh my, come on.
Incomplete.
Wow.
However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
No, I'm playing. Wow, okay. That's good. That's good.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. To Johnson again. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Ty Johnson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Sam Sloman for the PAT. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result heading out to
pass interference, man. That was crazy.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Tannehill. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running from the gun.
Come on, really?
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Tannehill. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But, you know, he's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Johnson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ty Johnson with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This is caught out in the right flat. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Trying to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe
I didn't.
And it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38.
No motherfucking play, man.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Football, man. That's good.
To throw, it's Carr. Got an open man, it's Ruggs. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Carr now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. That's Love. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Play action. Now it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Fuck.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Carr.
Get the ball off, man. Damn.
It's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after
Get the
3
ball
plays.
off, man.
Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he tugged this one badly. Badly. It's no good. Wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
And some space
Let's
here.
go, Derek. Get out of there. Get out of there, Derek.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line. 84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. And
let's go, man.
The 20 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill.
What the? What?
And he'll be hit.
Come on, man.
And that'll fall incomplete.
Man, I want you to pass the motherfucking football.
Downfield, they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back.
This boy
that
here,
one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
Man, get up.
And he'll get
You gotta be
7
fucking kidding me,
yards
man.
from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back.
Offensive line, man. I don't know who had this team, dog. Even the Raiders is not that good.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back. And you...
I believe
got to play action
down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
So you got to run the play action and glitch the game out.
That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call. Carr now on 1st down. Flush to his right.
Now, y'all saying the rules, the quarterback is supposed to be able to do that.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller.
Come on, really?
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
You know, saying the rules, you ain't supposed to be running back to the court pass the number. That's what I'm talking about. They set the rule, you know. 14, yeah, you 14-1, you can roll out like that. Shit ridiculous, man.
On play action, now Carr. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack.
I got to go find somewhere else to call cover for. Because can't call in that formation. That's some old fuck shit.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. From midfield, here's Carr. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good.
Yeah, cheese ass people in the league used to be like this,
all that
bro.
remains of this first half as the kick is away.
This is definitely cheesy as fuck.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill steps away to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff, Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go to Johnson again. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. They'll check this down to Johnson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll run on first down. Johnson, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Carr, a quick throw. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So this one, Charles, it's only the 3rd quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so because a 1-score lead you don't even count, but a 2-score lead you know can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his
and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he went on the move there and started rolling out. I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
Yeah, he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On play action, it's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jayon Brown in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
From just shy of midfield, Tannehill. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
To throw is Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Tannehill on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Now it's Tannehill. Check down here for Henry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way...
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the 30. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 68 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Carr. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Carr going to look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Tannehill. It's complete to Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 1st down carry for Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And that'll set them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Tannehill. Man open left side. It's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Tannehill now to throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Man open. That's Kiki QT complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick here is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the hands team, and the ball comes out. Love lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. One last throw here for Tannehill. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Las Vegas, they continue their winning ways as they run their mark to 15-1 on the year.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.